Derrick Josi. I am a fourth generation dairy farmer in Tillamook, Oregon. There is no typical day in farming, but typical day I get up and I'm at work at 3 a.m. Talking with my dad while we push in first set of cows and clean the first set of barns. Then I jump in my feed truck and load, feed cows, get home between 8 and 9 for breakfast, spend time with the family, hopefully get a little nap in, and then I go back to work and kind of repeat the same routine 7 days a week, 365 days a year, unless my wife and I sneak off on a vacation. We try and do that yearly. I know, it's shocking that we would take a little bit of time off every year.
2800 and 62637.
We are part of the Tillamook Co-op. There's about 80 of us that are member owners here in the Tillamook County. So anywhere you see the Tillamook branded cheese or other dairy products, that could have come from my farm. With our cows, we feed a TMR, which for non-dairy people, that's a total mix ration. It means we throw our hay, our grains, our silages, all of it in what is basically a big blender. And we have a Kirby mixer box on our feed truck, and it's built like a tank. You were feeding when we started.
We always kind of mixed feed in with the feed, but it was a little different.
Yeah.
And then we went to the TMR, and it's just a lot easier. It's a better way to get your hay and your grain and your silage, whatever silage you're feeding, mixed all in one ration.
It definitely cuts down on sorting. Cows can't pick through and eat what they want and leave the stuff that they need. Before we had the TMR, I was having to move small bales around, and I remember the day that I brought in 6 of the big bales to test out with our TMR. He said, "Well, I guess we're not going to be bringing small bales in anymore, are we?" And that was the end of the small bales for the TMR. My great-grandpa purchased this farm, actually started leasing this farm in 1918. And actually on this house, there's a piece of wood where him and his wife carved their name and wrote 1918 on it. And when they redid this house, they kept that piece of wood, and it's on a wall in this house.
So you're the 4th generation?
I am 4th generation, yes.
Does that have a kind of a different weight than if you were a first-time generation?
Oh, of course. You know, there's the old saying, first generation builds it, second generation maintains it, and the third generation loses it. Well, my dad did not lose it. I'm 4th generation. The fear that I will be the one that loses the family farm. I think every generation that weight gets heavier. We're working with family, being able to have your kids on farm. Family is the best. Sometimes it can be hard to separate the business from the family. And that's why I don't want to say a lot, but that's why family businesses fail at times, is because people don't learn how to separate the two. And I think we do a decent job of that. I'm not saying we're perfect. We've definitely had our heartburns at time or 10, but for the most part, when we come in the house, it's, we're dairy farmers. We're always talking about dairy farming, but we do know how to separate family from farming. I hope that future generations realize that it's okay to go against the grain or not just do things the same way we've always done it, and to look for the ways that we can do better, just as past generations have. I mean, we don't farm the same as we did in the 40s, and so I hope if they take anything away from what I do, that it's okay to be different and not be a typical farmer.
I mean, why not?
You just have to be careful because it will come around and smack you in the face if you're not paying attention.